Welcome to the Cars and Cancer podcast, episode number 23, the second one where you can all see our lovely faces. As ever, I'm joined by two lovely gentlemen. Andy and Darren. Good evening, gents.
Evening.
I love it how I do this. Like we haven't spoke before this. You know, we've been chatting for 10 minutes already, but we haven't done this for a while. That seems to be a line I say quite a lot at the moment, but I think life's just been a bit busy for me at the moment, and and I just needed a bit of a break, and I think you chaps have probably enjoyed a bit of a break as well, and like sometimes life just gets in the way, just not really in the mood to do it, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. And I hope you two are feeling well too.
Yep. Yes, good mate. We're good this end.
Yeah. I know we'll be keen to hear from you, Andy, because I think the last time we spoke, he's just referring to his notes here. I think you were going to go and meet the consultant, weren't you?
No.
Oh, brilliant! That's a good start.
No. Well, I've finished my chemo on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I cut that bit out? Shall I?
Yeah. So, yeah. All good.
Okay. So, how's that round of chemo gone?
So, for the first time in 9 sessions, I didn't miss a week because I've been to Monaco and here, there, and been flat out. I went for my bloods and they rung me up and said, "You ready to go?" I'm like, "I didn't think I'd be ready this week." Said, "Yeah, they're all good."
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's the first. So I don't know whether I'm slowly getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, same old.
Yeah.
Because you had
yourself, mate.
Sorry.
How are you feeling yourself?
I know I've done it, but I just pick myself up and get ready for the next session.
Yeah.
So I think I'm due for 12, so I'm getting there.
But you were having a bit of a spell, weren't you? You were having a spell where you it was knocking you about a bit. I remember you were saying that you'd had two or three sessions, and you were saying that it was you were feeling worse, but it seems to be that you've gone a bit more the other way now.
Yeah, it's picking up. So I went for a scan, and I've had a phone call about that. They said it's all fine. It's the same as last time. Nothing's changed. Nothing's got bigger. So carry on, do your others. So that was the good news.
Yeah.
So I'm going in for a face-to-face because I like to see on the computer, see how different it was to last time.
Okay.
That's Thursday in July. Is there a 29th Thursday in July?
There is, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I'm going, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's hope it's another 4 weeks and I can go again. So I can get the 12 out of the way. Yeah,
so you've probably mentioned this before, but what sort of size is the tumour then?
No, they said... So
it's not a tumour, is it? It's like a cluster, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I personally think it's scar tissue.
Right.
Not actual tumour. So if I go this time and it looks the same, I'll say, is it scar tissue or is it signs coming back? So if it's not changed, I imagine it will be.
All right.
So if it's scar tissue, could you be potentially taking chemo for something that isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know. Because obviously I had the operation and I was meant to have 12 sessions of chemo straight after, but it took me a lot longer to get over the 11 operations that I had.
Yeah.
So,
just the 11, yeah.
Just the 11, yeah. So I think it's just a way of tidying it all up after the operation.
Right, okay.
That's what I think it's for. So,
wow.
But like you say, I could have done these 12 sessions and there was never going to be anything there.
So it might just be picking up. So there might be just tiny little remnants that are almost hardly visible, but it's just like clearing all the crap
up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
What she says.
Okay. Well, I'll write that on the calendar then. On my. Oh no, hang on. We're in July, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good start. Change the date on my calendar. Okay, so it was a Mark II Escort.
Of course it is.
What do you think July is going to be?
Is it Ford?
It is a Ford calendar, yeah.
Oh, is it Fiesta?
Mondeo, will it?
No, it won't be a bloody Mondeo. Why is there no Mondeos in this? It's a conspiracy. That's what it is.
I've got the only Mondeo out, mate. I have the only one left, Dave.
It's a Cosette.
Oh, go on.
Cosette.
Yeah.
Cosette,
yeah. That's probably worth about £800 million now.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, right. So you haven't got a 29th on the then you've got a 27th.
27th, yeah.
Shall I book you in for that, shall I?
Book me in for that one, eh?
Yeah,
Pencil me in. It's an early one.
Yeah, okay. What time would you like?
I don't know. Is it 9:30? Something like that?
I don't know. Yeah, all right. We'll go with 9:30. Coffee would have kicked in by then. So Andy Consultant. There you go. Yeah, I'll send you a letter to confirm it and send you a text the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'd say do that.
That's okay. Okay. If you can make sure you drink a gallon of water before as well.
Oh yeah, plenty of fluids.
Plenty of fluids. That's right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Smashing. Yeah. Cool. Oh, well, that is good news, mate. You seem
really
quite
good
cheap.
news. Yeah. We were all over the moon with that. It was the same as last time.
Yeah. Great news.
And you've managed 7 minutes and you haven't spilt your drink yet, so you've done quite well.
No, it's here. But
that's why. So I don't soak himself.
That's it, yeah. Cool. Okay, so good news for you, Andy. That's really really good to hear. I don't know if we can talk about it, Darren, but you've had a bit of a crap time, haven't you, with the old business?
Yeah, I have really, mate. It's been a really, really difficult time, to be honest. Yeah. So I never got round to the bungalow, to be honest, mate. Everything went completely out the window, and
no, that's all right.
I'm way behind. Finding it very difficult to catch up now because I've gone. You go the full circle, and everything starts again anyway. On the things you caught up on, in this job. So I'm slowly getting there. Me and Ryan's been working with me just flat out, really. And trying to get on top of things, but then we keep getting off work given to us by councils, which is not really helping at the moment. Because I'm still a vehicle down and trying to find another vehicle, and I can go and get one sort of tomorrow type thing, but it's getting the right one that I need. I just don't want to buy something just to have another vehicle. You know what I mean? And it's trying to get the right type of vehicle at the right price, and so many of them that I actually need for the type of vehicles that I've had before are just out of my price range at the moment. Without going through other sort of loans for them, they're so expensive to get all this time of year because it's in the peak season, isn't it?
Yeah. So
4x4s go up in value in the winter and drop in the summer, and then convert do the opposite.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So everything's really at the top price at the moment. So we're trying to manage with the pickup and the trailers, to be honest. And then I've had breakdowns with the pickup, 3 in a couple of weeks, which has lost more time and higher vehicles and absolutely ridiculous cost. Bit of a tough one.
I suppose you're in a difficult position, aren't you? Because you've got to fulfill the job, so you've got to get the tools, so you might have to hire, and then you're probably not making any money, or you're probably worse off. But you've got to keep the contract going, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been doing the council work because one of the contracts is like a one-man type of job. It's just literally just mowing. They don't want anything doing with the edges, trimming or anything like that. So there's no point to being there really. So I've just been going off. Ryan's been dropping me off 1 week and then going back to do that work. So obviously he's got a lot of travelling back and forwards to pick me up, and it makes the days very long. We hired a vehicle, and I probably spent about 1,200 quid in 2 weeks on hire vehicles. By the time you do that and you take wages, there's not a lot left for anything else. It's been a bit of a tough one, really. Trying to replace equipment, there's quite a lot of equipment gone missing. Not that it was worth a great deal, because a lot of it was probably coming up to the point where they'd been serviced and done and sharpened and new bits put on and blades and what have you. So a lot of the equipment, or most of it was probably ready to be changed apart from one item, which would get this year out of it and then just sort of sell it on, just as second-hand machinery and replace it when we wanted to replace it, not be forced into replacing it.
Yeah, because you'd want to be picking that time of year, which is your quietest period, and then you could be sort of swapping over, couldn't you, really? And
getting ready for the following year then, and trying a couple of different sort of things out and that, and it gives you more time to look around, and a lot more places to give you kind of sort of trade type of discounts if you're self-employed or you've got a business over the winter, because that's when they don't normally sell so many.
No.
So you get your best deals all around then, but when you've got to buy it and something, no one's prepared to knock anything off in the middle of the season.
No.
Have they got any idea who's taken the stuff, where it could be?
No, this is probably on that particular site. This is the second time it's happened on that site, and you don't hear anything. I mean, they bought a load of these tables and chairs for the patio on there. It's quite a big site. And they'd only been on there for the one day, and they put them all out the back there, and then they just literally jumped over the fence. So many of them jumped over there with these smackheads, chucked all these chairs, and they was running down the bloody road with the table above their head. Do you know what I mean? Just absolutely everything they can see. You got to have the back of your head.
Were you on site when it got pinched?
Yeah. It's only happened to me twice, where a vehicle's been broken into, and both times it's been over that way. The one we went to in Bromsgrove, and another one was a little bit further back. I think it's off Junction 1, I think. So that's more sort of like Smethwick way. Both times it's been in Birmingham.
Wow.
And the first time it happened, I think I lost probably about £4,000 worth of kit.
Wow.
And they actually came on site behind the gate that I'd gone onto the private ground on this housing complex. She closed the gate behind me. There's CCTV cameras going around the site. We could see the car bust through the gate, reverse up to, it's only an estate car, reverse up to the front of the van, go to the crew cab, put the windows through, and literally take all the tools out straight through the window. The builders working on the road on the new complex next to it, they said they didn't see anything. There's 2 police cameras at this one, actually on the main road. You could clearly see. I went and got the numbers off the police cameras, phoned the local police up, and told them what had happened. And there's the camera number, and said, we'll see if we can get someone to have a look at it. I said, what do you mean you'll see if you can get? I'll give you the camera number. You've got this camera one at each end of the street. And these cameras are put there because the year before that, someone was shot down there. Someone went to the back of the car, shot, and I don't know if you ever remember hearing that. Some bloke was shot through a car when he parked up, and they reckon it was a misidentity.
Yeah.
He killed in the car. And I said, well, what do you mean you get someone? Have a look at the camera, the footage. You'll see the car, the vehicle registration. Surely it's got to be somewhere to get an idea of who it is. Well, it's all to do with priority, really. Aren't you insured? That was the police.
Oh, gosh.
What an absolute waste of time.
Yeah. Why even have them running? They're not even going to check. Why do they even have them running if they're not going to check them?
I know, exactly, mate. It makes you wonder whether there's even anything going on with them, doesn't it? Or are they just there to look pretty, and try and stop people? You know what I mean? Because I couldn't believe it, really. I said, we can see them breaking into the vehicle. You can see them coming into the car park and going.
Yeah.
What more proof do you need? It's an absolute waste of time. So there's no need to speak like that. I said, there's every need. I said, we're giving you all the evidence we've got here on camera. You can't even be bothered to look at it.
It just bemuses me that you could surely give a job to somebody. I mean, you don't expect it to be a particularly well-paid job, but you just say to somebody, look, your job is to monitor cameras and gather evidence, and when you get as much evidence as you can, and then you document it, and then you pass it on to an officer.
Yeah.
I mean, people on not great wages. There are people out there that want jobs, and there are people who are working from home, and all that kind of thing. You just, I don't understand what
not the technology.
You can sit at home, watch 10 or 15 different cameras, or 20, or how many you can look at, and if anything happens on them, you call 999 and tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you rang up and you said you'd been offended by somebody who'd said something nasty about you in an email, they'd be around your house in a flash.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah. Well, I've got to the point that it's just a waste of time with it, and it's like with insurance. The last time it happened there, it took so long to get the insurance done, and I said, well, I need the new equipment now.
Yeah.
And it also took 6 to 9 months before it all got done. We need all the receipts for when you purchase them. I said, I don't keep them all in one box on their own. I said, they go into a folder, they go to the accountant, and then there. I said, I've got to go through years of, they're not, some of the machines are like 3-4 years old, but still perfectly good machines. Yeah. And to get new for old insurances, it's so expensive. So they do like you might get some sort of depreciation, obviously, but they will try to match it, they always say, to the nearest they can for that model. But every time they match it to the nearest one to the model, it always seems to be the one just below it.
Funny that.
Which is a cheaper model, basically. And I said, well, I don't really want them tools now. I need to replace them. Just like do the money, pay the money out. Oh, no, we don't do that. We just replace them. We replace the goods.
Yeah.
But then when they finally came through, this wagon turned up and it had like chainsaw and a jackhammer and something else. I'd already had to replace them because I needed them to go to work. So then I'm left with two of everything. Now what do I do with them? So do you know what I mean? It feels like you're just hammered all the time with it, and you're the victim, but treated more like the questions I want to ask you as if they're trying to say, well, did you really have all these things? I think I'm not the whole, the baddie in this one.
It just it does feel a bit like that,
isn't it? You can't. Yeah, I don't know.
It just feels that things always seem to get turned around these days now. So, like you say, something gets stolen. It's like, well, did you properly put it away? Did you do this? Did you do that? And you're like, well, okay, maybe it was out the front when I was working or something like that, and somebody nicked it. I can't. If people abide the law, then it'll still be there. But there are people out there. But it's like, oh yeah, well, you should have done this or you should have done that. Well, why don't you just catch the things in the first?
Always to do all these things. Yeah, we had a strimmer once when we was working at the council. It was on the back of the truck, and we used to put a chain around it, go through the actual machine itself. For one of the metal handles on there. Went back about 20 minutes later. Gone so far away from the van, we could still see the van most of the time. It's only when it was slightly around the corner. We come back to it, working on cutting the grass. Got back there, this strimmer had gone. They'll actually just cut straight through the handle itself on the machine just to get the strimmer. They can replace the handle, can't they? So the copper said, well, was the handle made of plastic or of metal? I said, what the F and L has that got to do with it? And he went, there's no need to swear. I said, what difference does it make? I don't care if tungsten steel or made out of gold, they still nick the frigging thing.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if they want it, they'll get it.
My fault for not securing it properly. How can you secure something other than chain it up on the back of a flatbed wagon?
Yeah.
So I can't inside, it won't fit. There's no toolbox on the back of it. It's not, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. All you need is one of those stickers that just says no tools will be left in overnight. That's all you need, and you'll be fine.
That's it, mate. Yeah. The trouble is, mate, I never get robbed overnight. I get robbed in broad daylight, and that's the now we've got to a situation now with the vehicle now. It's because the tipper isn't there and it hasn't got the big roller box doors on it. Now we've got chains going through everything. They're chained up inside the vehicle as well. I mean, they've busted that door on the pickup, so you can't lock it anyway at the moment. So we've got all chains running through it now, and like big eyes bolted into the floor. So you're just like, well, you stay working around by the van. I got that. Now we're doing some of the other work. So right, what do we need? We need one blower, one strimmer, and we've got the motor tape with us. So leave the back door open. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
Apart from a couple of petrol cans, plastic petrol, a couple of cans in there with a chain going through the hand. I thought no one's going to mess around nicking bloody cutting chains off petrol cans. It's just not worth it either. So we just leave the back of the pickup open and just literally take out all we need. If something breaks down, we just have to come back and replace it. We don't leave anything in it. But it makes work so difficult. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just having to check everything twice, aren't you?
Yeah. I used to have quite a big insurance policy actually for all my stuff when I had the other big ride-on mowers as well. I've still got a couple of the ride-ons, but we used to have a really big machine there, so we used to have the insurance was pretty high. But by the time you take the premium out of it, it's probably costing me £550, £600 a year for the insurance premium.
Yeah.
After like 5 years, it's cost me £2,500. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, how long do you keep going with it?
Yeah. Do you almost get to the point where you feel I should just be putting that money aside for myself, and then when something does get nicked, I'll just dip into it.
That's what I had done. Yeah. And that was because we never got anything gone, any of the big stuff gone. Because when you go out with something big, you've got it with you all the time. When you get it back, it's locked away. It's in a pretty secure unit, really, which is all alarmed and that. So, and then when they go into the units, they're all immobilised. You've got to have something to get them on there, because we just do. Well, I just personally do things to them so you can't start them up. So you'd have to literally drag it or be towed away, and it's not that easy to get. They're quite difficult to get to. And so I just thought, well, I might as well just, rather than keep spending that money out, just as leave it where it is. Because when we go out working, I'm driving. They're either on the trailer with me or I'm driving them. Yeah. So they never get on their own. So that's what I've done actually. And then that was after the first time. 7 or 8 years have gone past that. It would have been another £5,000 of insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
I paid it, and then I know it's but you never know when it could happen. But I've been working for myself for 20 years now, and both times I've been robbed, it's been opportunists that have come just at the right time, and just literally the vehicle's been a bit weak, easier to get into, and they've done it that way.
Do you think this sort of thing's quite professional? Do you think people sit there and monitor and watch it, or do you think they're just chances? They're just sort of.
I think they're just chances, mate. Literally just chances. They drive around, they look to see someone working, they might pull up across the road. You can all get a pair of binoculars, have a look and see who's working. Oh, there's only 2 of them. I'll just sit around here, but look, you go and sit over there on the swings or whatever. And when they disappear, when they're not there, let me know. A van comes up, bang, doors open, tools are gone. If you haven't got it all secured tightly. Because it takes literally seconds, and it's just
it's just a nerve.
So I think more opportunist, mate. Really, just have to tighten your own security up, so you can do with it. Really.
Oh, mate, I am sorry about that.
It's a bit of a book, yeah. Just when you're only trying to go out and earn a living, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just earn an honest living and do your best you can, and that's what you get.
You work for a big company, you say, oh, the van got broken today, this got no, I did it, bloody hell. And then they go and get you the new stuff off the hire company, and they chuck it out and off you go again. But when it's your own livelihood, different ballgame.
Yeah. I know what you need to do. You need to sell the Rover.
Now, you know that ain't gonna happen, don't you? I'm not selling the Jag either.
You'd be there with a little Flymo, wouldn't you? I'm not selling it.
No, I keep winning competitions with it. No, I can't tell them. I keep winning all these competitions of people that I don't know that just think they are the best. So that's it, mate. So I've got to keep them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right then. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Right. Okie dokie. So we had some good news from Andy, and we've had some crap news from Darren.
I have good news as well, though.
Oh, go on then. Go on. Let's put.
Yeah, I had a text message 2 weeks ago.
Yay! Oh no, that wasn't it. Sorry. Yeah,
first one here. That's it. And it was from a chap from the Rover SD1 club. And he messaged me just saying, oh, hello, blah, blah, blah. He said what his name was and that. And then he just said, I'm just messaging you to see if you'd be interested in entering your Rover at the NEC this year in November.
Oh, is it the Bangor Derby, is it?
On the stand.
Oh, okay.
So I was pretty pleased with that, really. So I've been thinking about getting in touch with them now. I've got the car back on the road and seeing if they'd be interested in it.
Oh,
And
mate,
yeah.
brilliant.
thinking this message, so I was well made up.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, Dave Poosey, that he used to be in the club and do a lot of work with organising shows. And I think they've seen it. And Dave's obviously mentioned he knows who I am. And that car, we had that car for 2 years, 2 separate years at the NEC. It was put on the display there at the NEC, and I've still got the photos with this Dave, with Ryan when he was about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, great. So it's just like going full circle again.
It's going circle, mate. Yes, and that'll fit in brilliantly with what I was mentioning to yourself, Aid, about helping me get together the
we're going to do that, aren't we? Yeah.
Story, you know, and then to go back there after all this time, 17 years laid up. I thought, what a brilliant end to its return, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. So I was absolutely made up. So that's it. I always go to the NEC anyway, but I'm hoping it all goes ahead now. He was just sorting out last week the actual cars and the displays, like, you know, to get everything booked in properly. But he said, "Oh, we'd love to." He said it'd be fantastic to have your car on the stand. So yeah, that's my good bit of news.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get like a little storyboard or something that you can put up next to it.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm thinking of getting it all sort of printed out, laminated, and I can make my own little stand for it anyway. To put it up there, to put it on. So I'm really looking forward to getting that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, really looking forward to that.
So when you do a show like that, so you go to the NEC, I imagine you have to be there dead early, don't you? Don't you have to be like sort of silly o'clock in the morning?
They come the week before, don't they?
Oh, okay.
We normally go up on. We go up the last time when I did it, like, well, many years ago. We went up on the Thursday, and it's all being set up like the day before. So you can go on the Wednesday, but we actually went up on Thursday, and I think it depends where you are inside the place. You know, was getting in and out sort of thing. So we went up there, set it all up Thursday, and then you just go back. My dad brought me back home on that one, and then you just go back each day. If there's a day you can't do, they're okay with it, you know. And then you just have at least as long as you go back for one of the days, which is quite good, really, because you have so many hours there, and you can still go around and see all the show, you know. And you just sort of do it in bits, like, to have a good mooch around. So yeah, it's a long weekend, and it's surprising. You know, you get at the end of it and you think, bloody hell, I wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
But a great atmosphere, though, to be part of.
When I showed BMW at Birmingham.
Yeah.
Right.
And I went up on the Thursday, and the show was till Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, I left it. I went there, drove it, and left it on the BMW stand. And they put card dollies and moved it all around, and it was in a row when I got there. So,
okay. So you're not driving, and there's no sort of emissions or anything like that.
So I come home, and then I went in. I had a little Vauxhall Corsa that I went up the one day and saw it. I went up the other day and picked it up on the Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
It's just really good, isn't it? To
it's great atmosphere. Yeah. And because you're there, I mean, I last time I went up there for the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday, and it just gives you a lot of time. You can go off and that, and meet some of the people you get to meet, because you try to fit everything in, don't you? If you only go the one day, you can spread it out over that time. It works really good, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm buzzing with that one. So I'll keep you updated on that when I hear any more. You said he's going to keep me posted anyway. So that's really good.
I was thinking that, I'd tell you what would be nice is if you know, Car SOS were up there, Fuzz and Tim were there, maybe. That would have been brilliant, wouldn't it?
They are normally there, yeah. They do normally go to it, yeah. They get on the live stage up there doing their little bit with all the others. They get quite a few, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
TVs. So yeah, come out there, come around and have a look, and that will be really good. Definitely. I can't remember how many passes I got last time, because I know there was always 2 of us went every day, you know, that went up there. Ryan could go anyway because he was under 16, so he just came with me, so he didn't need a ticket anyhow. I'm sure they give me a couple of passes to go up there.
Yeah, I got 2 passes.
Yeah. So if I do, I'll just give you the passes, and then you can come up there, boys.
That'd be good. I'd like that.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to sort of try and, if you've got any photos from the show before, whether you can try and emulate the photo again 17 years later, you know, the same poses by the car or whatever you've got.
That's the moment. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that because Dave will be up there. He's changed out. He's gone. I can't think what he's got now. Not the Simulators. What is it? I can't think what one it is because he did have the V8, the 3.5 S. He had that one in the SD1 club, and then he sold that. Is it a Tiger he's got, or like a little convertible sports car?
Right. Okay.
Called a Tiger? I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look and see what he's got. But I know he changed his type of classic, you know, because he had the other for so many years, and I think he just fancied the change really. But he's always kept as a member of the SD1 club, and he still helps out in bits with it. So he didn't go completely, if you like.
Yeah.
Is
it the Sunbeam Tiger?
Yes, it could be. It could be. Yeah. I'll have to get into. I'm bound to get into speak to him before November, I should imagine.
Yeah.
Find out which one he's in, matey. Yeah. But that'd be good. That I've got a picture of Ryan stood next to him with a card there, so I'm going to see if I can get that set up again, like, you know.
That would be great. That would be really good. That'd be definitely worth doing. Yeah. Nice.
It'll go with the car history, wouldn't it? You know,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good. That's pension a bit, shouldn't it?
Yeah. So I'll give you a quick update on the Monday.
Yes.
So where did we get to last time? What were we talking?
We've been doing welding, NT, for you underneath.
Yes. Yeah. So there were a couple of mounts that needed to go underneath, so they've been welded in. I fitted the prop shaft. I did that on the drive. Oh, what a crap job that is, trying to get under it when your car can only go so high and you're crawling under there and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've got the prop shaft on. That's all connected to the diff and the transfer box. The fuel tank's in. I started it up. It starts and it runs and it ticks over lovely. But it's bloody loud because there's no exhaust. So it's booked in next Monday to have the exhaust system done. So I've got a second-hand stainless system that goes all the way through to the cat, and then from there the cat to the downpipe. He just needs to fabricate something for me because there's something slightly different on this one. When that's done, I can book it in for its. I'm going to get my mate to check it over. Just do a full check over.
Yeah.
You know, just sort of like a pre-MOT kind of thing, if you like.
Yeah.
Then I'll get it 4-wheel aligned, and then I'll book it in for its MOT.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm a bit nervous about is if there'll be any vibration from the prop shaft, because obviously when you put in the mounts in, it's not. As far as I'm aware, it's never been done before, so you've got no measurements to kind of go off.
Yeah.
And I know the underbody's very similar, but you still got to get it. I don't think it needs to be absolutely perfect because it's got like viscous couplings in it as well. Yeah. So there's these tolerances, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but it would just be lovely just to get it on the road, get it driving, and then you can sort out all those bits and bobs afterwards, can't you? But it's just.
That's right. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
Because we're pootling around in one car at the moment, and when you've been used to having 2 cars, going back to one car is just.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the arse, but so hopefully Monday you'll be on the road by the end of the month, and
fantastic news, mate. Great.
Yeah, and all that faffing about and all this hard work and stuff, it'll all be worth it, and should be on the road. And then we can try and get ourselves go to a show together or something, or go for a drive.
Show, isn't there, at the end of this month? Is it on the 20 something at the month? 23rd? Is it around there or somewhere?
What show was that, Darren?
I can't. They've got the racing on Saturday. It's this Friday and Saturday, in it. I can't think where it was now. I sent you the pictures on WhatsApp.
Oh, is it something like Brands Hats, was it?
Yeah, so you said that Saturday would probably suit you better.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's because it was it a better lineup, wasn't it? Like the old touring cars were on the Saturday.
Yeah,
Or something.
yeah, and I think you've got some of the kind of like the sort of Formula 2 type holder ones, that sort of thing. But it's more like touring cars we really wanted to see, weren't it?
Yeah,
more like type touring cars, you know, doing their thing Saturday.
Yeah, the Minis versus the Mustangs and that kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
That's great to watch. That is definitely.
Did I tell you what happened to my Nova after the show?
Oh no, don't go, don't.
So we had to obviously I put it on a trailer, didn't I?
Yeah.
So my house here, I pull down the dip, I back the trailer up, and my car goes on fine. So there we had to do it on the car park, which is a rough old car park.
Yeah.
So I drove up to the top, and it caught my centre pipe. You know where the bracket goes on and holds it tight.
Yeah.
Caught that out and pulled it apart. I was like, I'd be all right. We'll sort that out at home. I'm not worrying about it now. So I got it home, started it up, and it was blowing. I was like, I looked under the bonnet, and where the turbo goes on like that, it had pulled the bottom right hand, sheared the bolt off because it pulled it and twisted it.
And then just pulled it. Oh, okay.
Sheared it off. So I strip it all down. Managed to get the thread out with a thread remover, drilled it out and thread remover, built it all back up. Started it all. It's all running fine. So another week went past. I'm just tightening everything up, you know, as the weeks go on, making sure it's all nice and tight. So I was tightening the manifold onto the head, just because they were quite loose. Got to the one, I'm like, fucking hell, that one's really loose. So I'm like, looking loose, still loose. I'm like, why is it still loose? So I unthreaded it out, and it pulled the thread out of the head on the end of the bottom. So I'm like, for God's sake, so I've got to strip it all down. I bought like a helicoil kit to helicoil it up and whack a new one in, but I've got to take all that off again.
Everything off.
So what's that kit called?
Helicoil kit.
What does that do then? Does that sort of rethread it then?
Yeah, so you've got to drill it, and then you put it in, and it threads it. It's the same size, but you thread it so it makes it bigger. So when you put the thread in, it tightens up to the old thread.
Yeah. So isn't that just like a tap and die set?
Yeah, but they call it helicoil set. So it was a little bit you put in for. I thought maybe I could just thread. I could put the next size tap in it to the next size, but I've got to be careful because of you go into water jackets and stuff like that.
Right.
So
okay. Yeah.
Got to be so careful with this helicoil kit. It could all go wrong.
Is it a bit like a raw plug kind of thing in a way?
Yeah, it's like a metal raw plug. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
you put that in, so that compensates for the size, and then you just
but like the more when you put your bolt back in, it tightens up, so it tightens onto the old thread.
Yeah.
So it should hopefully get it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got to strip it all down again.
For one bolt.
For one bolt, yeah.
Yeah. What a pain.
Why do we do it?
When I sheared that bolt off, I was like, I can do it. And it's hard going because it was right at the back. And I had to move me dipstick away, put tape over so I don't drop nothing down, and then get me thread and bolt in and drill it out. And it took ages to do it, but I did it. And it was all fine. And then I fucking did this. Kelly's like, what's up with you? I said, no, I don't know. I'm not talking about it. The next day, I said, I need to helicoil it.
Talk about it, go away.
Down again and helicoil it. She was like, oh, for God's sake. So, yeah, it's a turbo. There's always something to go wrong on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't be far off getting your license back now, can you, Andy?
No, next month.
Oh,
yeah.
Get in. So that's it then. The Monday will be done.
Yeah.
You'll be on the road.
Yeah.
And then Darren will be in his lawnmower, and we'll be well away.
Yeah. We need to organise this trip, don't we?
We do.
We do. Yeah.
Which one's going to break down first?
Oh, I don't know. Mine will probably break down.
Yeah. Darren's will overheat because he's got that water leak. So Darren's will overheat. Yours, you'll blow your turbo. And my prop shaft will break.
Yeah, that's it.
Which one happens first?
We're green flag, so I can call them. They'll come in. Oh, I don't know whether I'll get it on the back of their truck. No, never mind.
I've got a towing bar, so we'll just pull you around wherever we go. Yeah.
Someone could tow me.
Yeah. So we'll get it sorted. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Take 2 tow bars. We can just make like one of those them rigs that go like a wagon and drag, can't we? If we get a tube breakdown, we just got to got the Mondi's 4-wheel drive. That's got to pull us too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Mondi can do anything, mate. It's the perfect car.
Yeah.
All will be time will tell.
Only time. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, when do we think of going then? Have we got any dates as such?
Well, obviously we've got to get clearance, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to get clearance. But maybe like a long weekend or something, or just a couple of days weekend or something.
Yeah.
That
I
would
want
be
to
nice.
make sure I get some miles on my car before I start going on trips.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because it's one of those things when you've worked on a car for a long time and then you put it on the road, you've got to build your confidence up, haven't you? That you've got to get it up to temperature. And then you go a bit quicker, and then you know the brakes are all right and the handling's okay. And, it's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But,
that's it.
But it'll be good fun though, mate. Will be good fun. Yeah. So maybe. So I'll be starting my new job in August. So we probably look when did you say yours at end of August? Will you be then, Andy?
Mid-August.
Mid-August. So maybe we could see something like towards the end of August, maybe early September. We've had a bit of time to get the cars running and see how they're settled. And
well, I can nip up to yours.
Wait September, but I'll let you know what dates they are.
Yeah.
We're for 10 days in September, I think.
Yeah, so like mid-August, I'll nip over to Stafford and see you, pair.
Yeah,
that'd be a good little run, and I'll tow you back.
Yeah. Well, if I don't
get that in.
it'll all be good. I'll get there.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah. You've done a great job on that car. It'll be absolutely fine.
It's just these little niggly things that are happening on the way that I need to sort out before it's on the road. Yeah. But it's so tough.
Aren't they? That's why I didn't want to go too far on the road at the minute, really. So I've got them couple of leaks sorted out. The one on the water seems to have really stopped again. It's not not doing it all the time. And it's not coming from the edge either. It's coming from the side of the radiator somewhere.
Right.
I took it out the other week just for not too far, but come back, and then it's just bone dry on the belly pan underneath it. Nothing to do. But the sump, it's still leaking off from the sump somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
And so I daren't take it too far, not while it's doing that.
Can you just drop the sump? Is it as simple as that, or have you got sort of a cross member and things in the way and all that kind of stuff?
You can get good access to it, mate. I could drop it, I could roll it and then drop it.
Yeah.
Just see what's see it there. But I was thinking about getting it back into the garage where they did all the rebuild on it, because it did say any problems solved, give us a ring, fetch it back up, and we sort it.
Great.
So really pushing at a time to kind of get them out and get them done. The gear selector is the same. You put it in park, it won't always start. So you put it in neutral, and it starts up. So the switch is obviously moved, and it's not recognising when it's in park or drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
But then that's another one. I mean, if it does it when it's in park, if it happened to do it and didn't recognise it in neutral either, then I'm absolutely shafted. So that means there's just little things like that, that just to do with just sorting. They're the two main ones that are on it. It's just really the radiator, that small leak underneath, and that getting it selected properly.
Yeah,
we got to get these niggles sorted then, gents. We'll get them all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll get something booked in, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got about 10 minutes to go.
Right.
Did you want to have you got anything you wanted to bring up as Darren's topic?
Oh, so now it's kind of thrown me a bit, really, mate. Well, the last
Right.
few
I've got one. I've done my homework. If you want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've done my homework. Yeah. So I was seeing in the news that a lot of the councils are scrapping the parking payment machines.
Right.
And so you put your cash in, you put a couple of quid for an hour or whatever it is, or that kind of thing. And and it was the RAC. They did a survey of about 1,900 drivers.
Right.
And 59% of under 65s were angry with the removal of these machines, and 73% of people over 65 were angry as well. So I think there's very much a shift around going to sort of a cashless society at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah.
I know there's people like Nigel Farage in the news at the moment who can't get a bank account and all that kind of thing and that kind of stuff. But it's just really interesting because I know I'm in my 40s, and most of my generation now are probably sort of tech savvy and stuff. But I still like paying cash for a parking machine. I don't know if I'm odd, but I like putting a couple of quid in and getting my ticket. I like I don't know. I just think if you go to a parking machine now and you do it on your phone, you have to download the app. You might not have the app, so you've then got to download it. And if you have got the app, then you can remember your login details and your credentials and do all that kind of stuff. And if I feel like that, I'm just wondering how the older generations are feeling about it.
They're not going to like it at all, are they? Really? No. We did have one Stafford like that was broke down, and you went down to it, and it's piddling down the road. And we got down there. I didn't take my phone. We was going out to meet friends, something to eat. I'm going for a meal. Jack had her phone with her. And we got in there, and he said, "Oh, this machine's broken down. Just scan the QR code and use your phone to pay." Not everyone, has got the phone to do that when they get down there.
What if you haven't got what if you've not got a good enough phone to scan?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, this phone won't. My phone won't scan them. Get it turned on, but this won't.
Yeah.
No.
And Jack said, "I try to do it on hers, and it's chucking it down the bloody rain. So you're getting out there, and do you know what I mean? It's like if the machine's broke, put a bag over it and just get it fixed the next day. And don't leave it there for a week telling people to use their phone, because not everyone can. And if you haven't got a phone with you, what are you meant to do?"
And I was just imagining, what grandparents and older generation, what they'd be like going to this machine, and they'd be like, "What? I've got to download this app. What the hell is that?"
No.
Oh, sorry, you can't. So because of that, you can't park here now. And it's like that. Well, I'm getting on my high horse now. But we're living in this age now where we're supposed to be kind and diversity and all that kind of thing. But that's discrimination, isn't it? Really, It's like, sorry, we don't want you old buddy duddies parking here. Or
no.
So
But then,
sorry, you're gonna have to go somewhere else.
They could get home, get a letter through, and they've been fined for not paying for parking. I couldn't even do it on my phone to get it.
I just thought it was quite sad, really. Just that that was happening, and and I know there's evolution. I know things have to evolve, but can you not just have a sort of a machine that can do both? So if you want to put a couple of quid in, that's fine. Or if you want to scan your QR code, or you want to download the app, or you want to pay by voucher or whatever the bloody system is.
Yeah,
this should just be a tolerance of both, surely. But I just think it's just really sad, and it's just I'm still gonna pay cash wherever I can. I just like putting a couple of quid in and get my ticket out, and it prints it off, stick it in the screen. I also like it when you buy a ticket and it hasn't got your reg on it, and then you can give it to somebody else if you're finishing early, can't you? So go on there. Oh, doesn't it make their day? They bloody love it. You go, there you go. I've got another 45 minutes here. Oh, you're lovely. Great. Fantastic. I love that.
I had my birthday not so long ago. My mum gave me a cheque.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Mum. It's a cheque, like. I said to Cal, I'm going to have to go and pay this cheque in. She said, no, you can do it on your phone. Do what on your phone? You can put it in your bank account, put all the details in, you get it on your phone. I'm like, never.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, NatWest.
You want to do it for me?
Do it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just take a photo, don't they? And it just seems to pick it up somehow. It's very clever.
Yeah.
It's a bit like down there, it lines it up, photographs it, then you have to photograph the back of it, and it said, that's accepted, and then it's done.
Yeah, but normally you'd have to get up on a Saturday. You have to get up on a Saturday. You have to get into town before lunch because they all close at lunchtime.
Yeah.
You go in there and you pay your check-in, and then you think, oh, while I'm paying the check-in, I'll nip into so-and-so and I'll get so-and-so while I'm in town.
Yeah.
And it became like an event, didn't it? You just to pay a check-in, you'd go into town and all that kind of stuff. And now you just scan a code and
do it on it.
But then what are we going to do about jobs? We're going to do our jobs because there were obviously people working in that bank that were taking those checks off us. There were those people that were servicing those cash, the payment machines, and they were taking the cash in it.
Yeah.
We're getting less and less people working, aren't we? We're becoming more
shops, everything's going like it.
Yeah.
Everything. And supermarkets and that, you know what I mean? You self-checkout, all you're doing is just taking the stuff away.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, this is really good. This is, isn't it? No, because they're going to need you, so you're just doing yourself out of a job.
And I just think it's really sad because it's part of the job. Those jobs is the interaction with the staff as well and the people as well. As sometimes it's nice to go in a shop and you chat to someone, you say, "Oh, you're right." Yeah. And that's just going. It's I suppose
it's like people don't talk half the time, do they?
No.
Mixing with people, we slowly taken away, and people without realising it, are slowly being turned into little robots that don't have to speak to no one, don't have to go out and get anything. You're just more or less putting yourself back in your little box.
Yeah.
That's it. You just go get any food, I get it delivered. Oh, I fancy a takeaway, I get it delivered. Oh, I've got to get my money at the bank. Oh, I just pay on my phone.
Yeah.
You have to go out for anything. But if you was told, right, you're not allowed to leave the house after 7 o'clock, they'd be pulling it out to want to go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's simply because you get told you can't do something. You get all these, and you're being made a prisoner in your own home yourself.
See, when we have a takeaway on a Friday, I always drive there. I could ring and I could probably get it delivered for 2 or 3 quid or something. But there's just something about, come on, we'll go to the takeaway.
Yeah,
we'll go and get this, go and get that. There's just something nice about it, you know. It's just.
We've got a chippy and the Chinese at the top of the road, just around the corner from here, and we actually see cars coming down here from there, pulling up at houses and flashing it in the takeaway. It literally is 2 minutes away. They drive on the street. Why do you need to move it? No, you don't get it.
No.
The world's gone mad.
It does, mate. It does. Yeah.
You know what they need? They need us three to sort it out. That's what they need. Yeah. That's it. Us three, we'll put the world to rights. We'll sort it out. We'll get
it.
Right, gents. I think we should draw it to a close. Look at this. I mean, what is it? It's 9:30, and look at that. It's still light outside.
It's great. Yeah.
I should be working darker though, Aid.
Yeah. I should be working on my car lesson instead of talking to you, Per. I should be getting my bloody thing on the way, shouldn't I?
Light nights and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
What was that?
He's 3.
Go on, say that again.
Roman's 3 tomorrow.
Oh, bless him.
We've been doing a little bit for him today. Yeah. We've done him like a Hot Wheels bedroom. With like
cool.
Yeah. He's got a few bits.
Good,
bought my bike as well.
Just that age is just brilliant, isn't it?
It's just late.
Yeah.
We like
at that age where
we
like to go for a Wetherspoons breakfast on birthday, so then go for a Wetherspoons breakfast in the morning, and Kelly's got a couple of days off.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's just he's at the age now where he knows.
Oh,
he knows what birthdays are, opening presents.
Yeah.
I bet he's well excited. Bless him.
Oh, yeah. Well, we did his room today. He's had a new bed and a tool cart in there with all this Hot Wheels on and snap-on bits in there and all that. And he just comes, he's like, wow, I love it. Jumped in his bed, he snuggled in his bed. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Oh, bless him. Oh, that's great news.
Yeah.
We'll wish him happy birthday from us both.
I will.
He won't know who we are, but say it anyway.
I showed him the card. I'll say, look, this is Abe, this is Darren.
That's it. Yeah. We wish him happy birthday. Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, gents, let's bring it to the close, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great week.
Yes.
And we will catch up next Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a bit more crap, won't we?
Text messages going on WhatsApp. You know what's going on with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great stuff.
Right, gentlemen. Have a great week. See you later. Take care now. Bye-bye.
No.